Well, it is the next day, although it feels like the same day for me because I've just been traveling. It is December 15th, and yo estoy en España. I'm in Spain. I am in my hotel room. I got here, I think I landed probably around 2:30 and then had to go through passport check and all of that. And then Taina, who is the founder of Teach with Love, met me at the airport with the private driver. I am going to talk about this trip through Teach with Love quite a few times in this vlog because that's why I'm here. I am the trip leader, the trip host, and so the other teachers that are joining this trip will be here in a couple of days, not tomorrow, but I think the day after. And Taina is really one of the main people that organizes all these trips and selects the trip leaders and comes up with the accommodations and the itinerary. And I'm going to show you my hotel room so that you can get a gander as to how well she takes care of us. It always ends up being primarily, if not all, women. So when she picked this hotel, she wanted safety to be of the utmost importance. She said that she likes for the places to be semi-modern but have some sort of historical aspect to it, and have like the amenities that most women would want when they're staying in a hotel, down to little things like this is someone that's really thinking, like in the shower here. Let me make sure I'm not, oh wait, is it? Oh, I push it open. Down to the shower, okay? So if you saw my Santa Fe vlog, I had that kind of shower head and it was causing me concern because I didn't want water pouring down on my head. I didn't want to get my hair wet. So she's like, I saw that they had both types of shower heads. So that was a big thing that she noticed and paid attention to. So since I'm over here, there I am. I'm gonna just kind of give you a rundown of the hotel room. So this is the hotel room. We are staying in Plaza Mayor in Madrid. I have been practicing my Spanish with Taina and our driver. So you walk in, my coat is there, my backpack is there. That is the bathroom, or actually this is just the shower right here that I just showed you. The sink is here. Little makeup mirror, towels and all that's down there. And then over here is the toilet area. And then this is the actual room itself. So a nice big comfy bed for me to sleep in, a couple of lamps. I just plugged my phone in because it was dying. Thank God for these little adapters that come with the away luggage. That's always come in handy anytime I've traveled internationally. To just know that I already have those. And then look at this view. I'm not going to open the door right now because I'm cold. But I'm like right in the middle of the plaza. It's like a little shopping area. So you can see all the people down there shopping for all kinds of things. And I can actually step out here on this patio, fit a chair out there and have a little seat. So beautiful view, beautiful room. I am just looking forward now to just taking a shower, unpacking. This is the closet right here. I haven't put anything in it, but I'm probably gonna just unpack everything, put it in there. I'm a little disappointed because I left my water in the airport. I'm just looking forward to taking a shower and just kind of refreshing myself. I don't know if I'll take a nap because I don't want to not be sleepy when it's bedtime. There we go. I don't want to not be sleepy when it's bedtime. So I don't know. But as far as the travel part went, everything went smooth, and anything that didn't go smooth, it's my fault. I messed up. I'm a pretty on top of it person, but I feel like maintaining my luggage seems to be a struggle for me. So I get to LAX well in advance. Check in, that was all smooth, and then I knew I was going to check one bag, the larger suitcase, and I was going to take my carry-on because in case they lost my luggage, I wanted to make sure I had all the necessities. And so you know how someone's talking to you and you're just kind of like going through the motions of a conversation, they're asking questions and you're answering them, but you're not fully attending to what they're saying and paying close attention? Well, that's what happened with me. So I check in my luggage and she said something like, do you want to check your carry-on as a compliment, like complimentary check-in for your carry-on? And I think I just assumed that she was saying that I was gonna be able to check one bag as a complimentary piece of luggage, which if I were really paying attention and thinking, I would have understood she wasn't saying that, because I had already paid for my suitcase to be checked. I ended up having to pay $70 for my large suitcase to be checked. So I just said, yeah. So she takes my carry-on and tags that up, and I still, as she's tagging it, am thinking she's gonna give it back to me because it's my carry-on. But she doesn't. She puts it on the carousel to go on the plane. And I was trying to play it cool, and I was like, well, whatever, I'll just let her check it. And I walk away from the line, and then I just think like, oh my God, what if the baggage gets lost? Now I have all my things are missing, and like that was the whole purpose of you packing that carry-on, so that you would have all the things you needed, and like just all that anxiety came back. So I go back to her like within minutes and say, actually, can I just have my carry-on I want to take? And she's like, well, I've already checked it in, and was just kind of like, no, it's an inconvenience, and sorry if this angle's really bad. So I walked away again. That's not even any better. I walked away again and just was like trying to suck it up and just be like, it's gonna be fine, you won't have a carry-on. But then I panicked again. So then I went to another agent. Now I told a little white lie because I didn't know if I needed to or not. But I was like, oh, I just checked in my carry-on and I actually need it back because I have some medication in there that I need to get. And so she's like, oh, okay, let me go run and check. She was really nice. She went back to check, and she said, they have your luggage number or ticket or whatever it is. They're gonna find it and bring it back, but just so you know, it can take a while. So I was like, okay. That taking a while, I think that taking a while ended up being at least an hour and a half of me just standing by the check-in counter of the airline and having to follow up a couple times. And by that point, I'm getting really nervous because I'm like, oh my God. Like now, mind you, I got to the airport well in advance, and by the time I got my bags back, it was a little after 4. I want to say it was like 4:15, and my flight left at 6. And I just know that the last time that I traveled internationally and being in airports and hearing horror stories, like going through security, it could take a long time. And the security check-in people are never really pressed to get you through that process quickly. So I was like, oh my God, I've messed up, and what if I miss my flight and I'm the leader of this trip? And just needless to say, I was stressed. Luckily, I got the bag in time. Checking in through security went smoothly, except for, oh my God, this is really embarrassing, but this is just humanizing me for those of you that think I never mess up. I get through security, get everything on the conveyor belt, bopping along, and I'm walking to my gate and realize I'm not wearing my fanny pack. My fanny pack has my passport in it, my driver's license, my credit card, my debit card. So then I run back and I'm like, because you know, I always assume the worst. I'm like, someone's gonna steal my fanny pack and all my stuff is in there. My identity is gonna be stolen. So I run back to the conveyor belt. Luckily, the fanny pack was just sitting there. I grabbed that. Get to the gate, board the plane. Everything's going just smoothly. 12 hours go by, we land in Madrid. I get off the plane. Taina, once again, is very hospitable, so she made a video of like where to go when you get off the plane in Madrid, where baggage is, explains that you need to catch a little quick train to the baggage claim area in the airport. So I'm watching that, I'm getting there, I'm following directions, I'm feeling like I'm back on track. I get on the train to go to the baggage claim area, get to the baggage claim area, get off the train, and I'm walking, I'm on an escalator, and then I realize, girl, you don't have your carry-on bag. You left your carry-on bag on the freaking train. So then I have to text Taina, because at that point she's in the airport waiting for me with the driver. I had to tell her I left my bag on the train. So now I gotta turn around and go get that. So I'm running, like once again panicking. Someone's gonna steal my suitcase, all my things are gonna be gone. I will have no underwear, no, all that. Run back to the train, security guy, and I'm like, I left my bag on the train. And he's like, what color is it? And I was like, white. And, you know, he spoke English, but like very minimal English. And I thought he said, it's okay, I have it. But I wasn't sure. And so he had to like deboard the train that had just arrived and like check that train. And sure enough, he had it hiding in the little conveyor belt. And I just was so thankful to him and his thoroughness and doing his job and checking that train before it took off. Because had he not done that, who knows where my bag would be right now. So I got that bag, and then I finally met Taina and our driver, whose name was, I think his name was Emilio. I forget, but he was very friendly. And he drove us to this beautiful hotel. And we were just talking about a lot of different things. I was learning a little bit about like just the way of life here in Madrid, the pay, the cost of living. One of the most surprising things I found out is that doctors here make like $2,000 a month. That's it. Which I just think is crazy, because in the States, you know, if you want to make money, like you go into medicine, but also their rent, like their most luxurious apartments, I think the rent was like $1,300 a month. You can't even get a shoebox in Southern California for $1,300 a month. So yeah. So then we came back to the hotel. Taina kind of showed me my room. It's beautiful. We looked out on the plaza, just kind of took it all in. And now she's giving me just some quiet time to myself to kind of freshen up, rest, and then tomorrow we're gonna hit the ground running. We're gonna have dinner tonight, but it's just more like a relaxing thing. Call my mom, let her know I was here, and here we are. So I'm in Spain looking a mess. I'm looking at myself like, all right, good afternoon. It is Sunday. I think it's about 12:30. I haven't vlogged since the day that I got here because I've just been really busy. So I talked to you guys the day that I was here, but I didn't vlog at all yesterday because yesterday was really just the day where everybody was arriving, and I'm the trip leader, so I was kind of busy handling that. But you guys really didn't miss too much. We went on a tour, a couple of us, but then the rest of them were just kind of resting from their travels. And so today is our first day of like really seeing the city of Madrid as a whole group. And just to forewarn you, I'm probably going to do this whole vlog on my phone because I haven't been able to charge my my camera. So today we just started a tour. We're going to tour Madrid. We're going to go to a famous flea market, and then we're going to go to a very specific neighborhood that is referred to La Latina. And when we get there, I'll give you more information, but this is just where we're at right now. We're in the Plaza Square. That's the tour group right there. This is Lydia. She's our tour guide. She is a wealth of knowledge and knows a lot of information. And this is a very, I don't know if you guys can see, a very popular square to be in during the holidays. I've bought a couple things already. So yeah, I'm just going to take you along and vlog as much as I can. We did find a Starbucks, so we got that going. So far this morning we met up for breakfast and then got our Starbucks, and now we're starting kind of our activities. What I like about these trips is that they are very well organized. Taina does a great job of putting together an itinerary, sending out the day's itinerary the night before, so you kind of know what to expect. So let's go.
Living in this area. It's also very famous between Madrileans and visitors, but visitors, they know more this place for the tapas, okay? Because this through a street, they go over there, and this area also is an area where you can find plenty of tapas bars, okay? Some of them also very famous, some important restaurants like Casa Lucio, for example, or Posada de la Villa. So now we are going to go to the museum. sons and daughters, no, and a lot of them they came being a priest or a nun, no? But they thought, oh, if she's a nun, she's going to receive free education, she's going to be also in a good place. They see early that she was really clever, and she was able to do things that other women they were able to do when she was only 11 years old. So that's why very soon they thought she has to receive special education, and that's why we can say became the teacher of a lot of important people as Queen Elizabeth, Catholic Queen Isabella.
Truly, free public education came from this woman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So right now we are leaving the neighborhood of La Latina. Looks like this. And according to the tour guide, this is kind of the young, uppity neighborhood, I believe. Like, if you're doing really well for yourself, you're gonna live in this neighborhood. We just learned some information about La Latina. When I have a moment to sit down and kind of synthesize all that information, I will share it with you. But just like any other neighborhood I've seen so far in Madrid, there's some beautiful buildings, beautiful architecture. The streets are very busy like a lot of the other areas. Let me see if I can give you some more scenery here so you can see that. Now I think we are going, she just told me the name, but I forget. But we're heading to just like another little neighborhood. We just left like a museum that gives some history on Spain. And one of the interesting things that I've learned is that Spain was originally inhabited by Arabic people. So the name Madrid or the original name of Madrid was Madrid. I don't know. And that was then changed to Madrid. So again, I'm going to try when I have time, like to kind of sit down, look through all the information I've learned, and kind of present things in a little bit more clear format. But I'm in Spain, just trying to enjoy it. Here's some more of the neighborhood. Let me cross the street. So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Other ones, unfortunately, that they were really nice, they had disappeared because over there in the other area that they had demolished some buildings, in the past they were having a beautiful graffiti about also women's rights, and now it's all paint with yellow color and they had made disappear, no? But as I say, from time to time you can find here some paintings, and if you continue walking down the street, there is a old tobacco playing cards factory that was created at the end of the 18th century, and it was totally abandoned. and now it has been transformed in a cultural center where they do a lot of modern exhibition, and also every year they try to do like a kind of we can say contest where people we can say professional graffiti painters, they go and they paint the wall of all that factory, and people they go over there. Or for example, go to the mountain, to different adventures, sport, and things like that. This area is also specialized in that.
So we have just walked through a neighborhood that our tour guide, Lydia, I don't know if I've said her name yet, said is a very rare request. It's basically, it's not like a touristy neighborhood. It's just a couple of neighborhoods that really represent like the local culture. There's a lot of graffiti, but it's like artistic graffiti. And so when Taina suggested that we take this part of the tour, she was very surprised. So it's, you know, it's not the glamorous side of Madrid that a lot of people want to see, but it's more of the like true depiction of like a part of Madrid's culture. So we just finished that. I took some photos, but I don't want to talk too much on the tour. We just finished having lunch. We all just experienced Sinhalese food for the first time. I will say I was a little nervous because for some reason I thought it would be like curry, and I'm not really a big curry fan, but it was very tasty. It was at this restaurant called Mandela's, little small hole in the wall, but it was delicious. I meant to get some footage of it, but I didn't. But right now we're in a neighborhood, like this is kind of like your average neighborhood in terms of rents. Like these kind of apartments here, I just found out go for about $400 a month, and we're in the process of trying to figure out why they all have these little yellow flags up there, but I don't know. But the food was good. I was gonna get Kayla. I was gonna put you in this clip. You wanna go over? This is Kayla. I'm meeting in person for the first time on this trip, and we were just saying how we just had Sinhalese food for the first time, and we both enjoyed it. It was so good. And she said it tasted like something your auntie would make, and I would agree. It was very tasty. It was very tasty. So this is Kayla. But we're just walking around. We're gonna walk back to the hotel right now, and that's it for now. We all love this building. This is the high-end apartments. I could live here for the reasonable price of, I want to say maybe $1,000 to $1,300 max. But just look how pretty this building is. It's just so pretty. We're just taking a little quick pit stop. We're on our way back to the hotel. We're gonna rest up, and then we're gonna have like a historic dinner. But yeah, how pretty is this? I don't know what time it is. Does anybody know what time it is? It's 6:50. Okay. 6:50, guys. It's almost 7. We finished our little. What are we looking at?
Oh, I like the hashtag. Hashtag I'm
a candy shop. Oh, there's
every single one of them. I want every single one.
That's a good.
There's a cookie shop in there. Hold on. Oh, a red velvet. Guys, they're little, so it doesn't count. They're little tiny cookies. Hold on. Okay, so I got distracted because we ran into this little cookie shop. It's called Guilty, and they call them cake bombs, and they just have this assortment of like really delicious looking cookies. It's like the equivalent of crumbled, I would think. So we're ordering them. They're probably going to be our dessert tonight. But what I was trying to say is we're out in the streets at about, I forget what time it was, but we're going back to the latawnya neighborhood because there was a store where I saw this really pretty looking ornament that I want to go back and take a look at. You might stop at a bookstore also, but I just also wanted you to be able to see like some of Madrid at night. And it's pretty boisterous right now because everybody's watching not that I'm following this, but I think it's the last game of the World Cup. So you can see like this is a bar right there. There's some bars down there. Taina, who is the owner of the business, said that there's this funny saying that Don Quixote said that Madrid was a city with 100 bars and like one bookstore. So, but this is what we're doing. We're gonna have a true Madrid style dinner tonight. We're gonna go to the oldest restaurant in the world and have dinner. And we're not gonna have dinner until 10 o'clock, which is like standard dinner time here in Madrid. So we're just killing some time in between now and then, just kind of getting out, making the most of our experience here. And again, if I haven't apologized, if it looks like I'm not looking in the camera, it's because I'm vlogging on my phone, which I hate doing because you have to like reorient your eyes. So if it's awkward, my apologies. But let me try and go inside and get some footage of this cookie shop. Look at how happy they are buying cookies. Yay!
Do you want a bag for this?
Here are all the cookies.
It'll be 22 with 5.
And we all did a good job and took a turn. Everybody picked the cookie they wanted. Good job. Yes, we worked as a team. She's been very helpful. ¿Qué es tu nombre?
Luz.
Luz has been very helpful.
Thank you.
Yay. And we're all going to feel guilty tonight. All right, it is just before 10 o'clock. It's probably close to 9:45 at this point. I'm obviously in my hotel, so we were successful in our mission tonight where I wanted to find that the store we passed by on our tour this morning so I can get a couple. Well, I was really going to get one ornament, but I ended up getting 2, and other people got a couple of other things. So it was a cute little shop. It is called, I think, Kawaii Izaka. So obviously this is not like anything that's indicative of Spanish culture. I think it was just like a shop of cute things that were styled, like that were in that kawaii style. So I'm trying to multitask here and open this bag and hold the camera so I can just show you the ornaments that I got. I'll show you the one that we went back for first. So this is the first one. This is the ornament that I went back for. It's nothing super fancy, but it was just so sparkly in the mirror, it caught my eye and I just thought it was really pretty. So I got this one. And then while I was there, I found another one that I thought was cute. And it's just this ornament here. So it's just a little gift looking ornament. And then I looked around, but I didn't get much else. I don't want to get, when I'm traveling on bigger trips like this, I don't want to just buy things for the sake of buying things. So there's a couple of things I have my eye on that I might get that are a little bit more significant in price, but we haven't, one place was closed today and the other place we would have to go back to. So we'll see, but I need to go meet everybody in our little meeting area. We're going to have dinner at 10 o'clock at night. I do love to eat dinner late, but 10 o'clock is probably not what I have picked, what I would have picked. But that was what time our reservation was for. But we're going to have dinner at this place called Blvd, and it is the oldest restaurant in the world. So we are going for that experience. So let me head over. I'm going to try and take some footage. Get back with you later. finished dinner at the oldest restaurant in the world. I had steak and potatoes and vegetables, and they were very delicious. Very delicious. Guys, how would you rate the oldest restaurant in the world?
10 out of 10 recommend.
10 out of 10 recommend. So it was very good. So we're gonna go back to the hotel now. What happened? Oh,
The men are fine.
oh, yes they are. She wanted to add one more thing.
The men are fine.
They were. We tried, but they were married. So we're gonna go back to the hotel now, eat our little cookies that we got earlier for dessert, and then we're gonna go to bed. At least I am. I don't know what they're about to do. Because we have an early day with a lot of walking. So, good night. See you tomorrow, more than likely. Loving Spain. Good morning. You are in the closet of my hotel room. It's Monday. It's about 8:20 in the morning. I'm getting ready to go downstairs to have breakfast with everyone. And I thought I would just start the day quietly in my hotel room. Today we're going to be doing a walking tour through Madrid with, I want to make sure I pronounce her name correctly. I think it's Almudena. We just call her Dena for short. She actually got married on Saturday, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but we went to her wedding reception because she invited us. She's a really sweet person, like just one of those people that just exudes life when you meet her. And she found out when we were coming in, and she was like, oh, you guys should come to our wedding reception. So we did. It was a great experience. So she's going to be taking us around to some different museums, so a park, I believe, and all of that. And I'll be sure to be more specific as we're doing those things. And then we're going to have, I think it's dinner at a like famous ham restaurant, because Spain is known for its pork/ham. So yeah, I'm just in my hotel room getting ready. A couple of fun facts. They do have some television stations. Like in the morning when I get ready, I'm usually watching like a BBC channel, just because I think it's interesting to watch the news in different parts of the country. And it sounds like the people in London or England are having some of the same concerns we're having in the United States with the economy. People are going on strike, things like that. And just it's interesting to hear how the news is presented in different countries, at least in my opinion. And then I've also caught Judge Judy. Of all the American programming, Judge Judy is popping up here, and I'm not mad about that. And right now, surprisingly, I have found a good old, I don't know what channel this was on, and I don't know, it's a Christmas movie, like a Hallmark Lifetime type Christmas movie. I think the dilemma in this Christmas movie is she's trying to save a toy shop. I don't know, I've been like passively been paying attention, so that's actually on the TV right now. It's just on mute while I talk to you guys. So yeah, still enjoying my time, still enjoying this trip. The group that I'm with is it's great. Like, most of us have met for the first time here, but we feel like we've known each other for a while. So that is always nice. And yeah, I'm gonna go to breakfast. I need to take my hotel card. I'm gonna leave everything else up here. I have just been wearing, for the most part, these little sweatsuits. I'll show you one now. I wore one yesterday. It was in green. Today we're going with brown. They're just easy. They work. They're comfortable. So here it is. They're from Amazon. And then I'll switch up my tennis shoes. I have 3 different pairs of tennis shoes, but I don't know if this is really giving a good idea, but that's it. And then also, to me, it's kind of dark outside for 8:30 in the morning. So the Madrid Plaza Mayor at 8:30 in the morning. So let me get downstairs and meet everybody, and I will be sure to take you along for today's adventures. introduce you guys, but if she, wait. I'm like, am I vlogging or taking a picture?
Okay, we'll do it again.
Okay. This is Vanita. She is Love Teach Repeat on Instagram. If you're not following her, make sure you follow her. But we are outside of a very famous chocolateria called San Ginés. We're gonna get a churro and chocolate, but not like an American churro.
No, this is elevated.
This is an elevated churro that Naomi Campbell herself has eaten, and they are like, they told me it's like the equivalent of like just a standard donut in the States, and you're gonna dip it in some very thick chocolate. So we're just in this line here. It's a very busy place, but not right now. Here's Asia. She's gonna see herself soon. Do you have an Instagram account that you would like people to know about?
Secondary commentary.
Secondary commentary. So we're gonna have our churros, and then we're gonna continue our tour. Almudena is in there somewhere. Our tour guide, she's been doing a great job. But yeah, here's a little bit more of this area. This is Taina, the founder of Teach with Love. And there's some Spain.
The crunch. Oh my god. It is good. It is like the chocolate is shocking. The chocolate is shocking because it's like warm and like real chocolate.
Girl, I'm only buy 3.
Disneyland has nothing on this. So are you missing the cinnamon? No, I think because I can't imagine having cinnamon on this and dipping it in the chocolate. That would be too much. Yeah. But this really is just like, it is like a warm blanket.
In my house or in some cafeterias, they add sugar, like just like on top of it, in case. In my house, we do add a little sugar, but because it doesn't really stick there, it's good to
I'm
stick it in a bowl.
It's just because it's like crunchy on the outside, but like soft on the inside.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, to that.
It's a good churro.
This is a churro. We've been eating churros in the United States.
Yes, exactly. That's the difference between a churro and a churro. Right? That's a churro. Okay.
You need to get in there, China.
Es que está muy bueno. Está muy bueno.
Okay, we are still taking a tour of Madrid. We have had our churros. We went from there to the cathedral, the Almudena, and our tour guide's name is Almudena, so it's like her cathedral. Not really, but that's what we were saying. And now we're like in a park area, but it's near a school or something. But it's just a really nice park, and there's dogs everywhere. But yeah, so this is the park that we're in, and I'm not sure where we're going now. I think we're going to lunch soon, but it's a lovely day. It's warming up a little bit because we've been doing quite a bit of walking. This is Spain on a Monday. Hi. It's 11:30 on Monday, and I'm trying to think of the last time I vlogged. I think we were in the park. I think we were in the park on our way to one of 2 museums we went to today. So you really didn't see me after that because I certainly can't vlog in a museum or take any photos or any footage. But we went to 2 museums. The name is escaping me right now, and I'm too lazy to get up and get the map for the first one. I think the second was called El Museo Retiro, but I can't think of what the first one was called. But we went to 2 museums, walked around. That was great. And then we walked back towards the hotel, which is in Plaza Mayor, and went to this very well-known ham restaurant, Jamón de, let me see. I think this is on my phone. Bear with me while I look it up. Oh, actually, I can tell you the names of the museums as well. Un momento, por favor. Also, the lighting is messing up. Hold on one second while I look these things up. Let's see. Vamos a ver. You like how I'm practicing my Spanish for no real reason? Found it. So before we went to the museums, we had some lunch at a place called Comida El Brillante Restaurante. and had some tasty meals there. Then we went to Museo del Prado, and we didn't go to the park. We were going to go to Retiro Park, but we're going to put that off until Wednesday. And then we went to Museo Reina Sofia, that's what it was. And then we went to dinner at 9 o'clock, literally, to this place called Museo de Jamón Restaurante, which is a very well-known, it's like a chain. I've seen a couple of them, but I guess Spain is known for a very particular type of ham, and that type of ham, the name is escaping me right now. So we had dinner with our tour guide, Almudena, and I just came home. I checked on a couple people, kind of not cleaned myself up, but like I had stuff left on the bed that I put away. And then when I got back to my room, I was surprised with this little treat, courtesy of Taina. She's very thoughtful for the people that lead trips for her. So she had the hotel send me this little snack plate, these 2 glasses of wine. Now, I'm not like a sophisticated lady, so I might give that wine to someone else, and I don't think I want to drink a glass of wine right now, but I definitely am going to eat some of that snack. I just tasted a grape and it was delicious, and that is how the day went. Our tour guide is great. I'm going to I'm going to make sure I put her information in the description box. She is a newlywed. She just got married on Saturday and is starting her business. She does have a degree in tourism, so she wants to start her own tourism business, and she's highly qualified. I told her today that the type of tour she gives is unique because you don't necessarily feel like you're on a tour so much as you're just kind of hanging out with your friend who you came to visit in Madrid, and I think that's what makes the tour exciting. But we were literally out all day. On my phone, last I checked, we walked over 8 miles, and I burned like 865 calories just from walking around all day. And I want to say I had like 20,000 steps the last time I checked. So I'm definitely getting the steps in, which is good because I've been just freely eating whatever I felt like I wanted to eat because, you know, I had to experience the churro today. And I have to try these, you know, delicious meals that I'm only going to get in Spain and not back at home. So, yeah. Let me see if I can find the number of steps on here. I'm sorry, 922 calories is the final calorie count, but I can't see my steps. Oh, 20,966 steps, 8.41 miles, 21 flights of stairs were climbed today. So that is the day, and quite honestly, this is the earliest I've gotten back in my room in the past couple of days. I've been going to bed at like 1 or 2 in the morning. It's only 11:30 right now, which feels very early. So I'm going to unwind and decompress because hosting the trip, it's fun and it's not hard, but it's like, you know, not easy either because you're really making sure everybody knows where they're at. Everybody's feeling good. Everybody's okay. So you can't totally relax because you want to make sure everybody's okay. So I'm going to really take this opportunity right now to shower, do a mask, and read, and then go to sleep. We're not meeting up for breakfast until like 8:45, so I will get a good night's rest. So, I don't even know what day it is. I think this is, when did I get here? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Have I been here that long? I got here Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've been here 5 days already. So yeah. So far so good. That's all I have to say. Thank y'all for coming out. So I'm gonna say good night and I will see you tomorrow. Good morning. It's Tuesday. I think that's a bus. Never mind.
To Segovia, we will stop nearly the aqueduct, the Roman aqueduct, and then from there we will do all day the visit walking. Because as I was saying, Segovia is a medieval city, so that means that it's full of narrow streets. Also, most of the city, the historical city, is on the top of a rock. So we can say that for that reason, most of the city is a pedestrian city. with a pedestrian city, and the cars they cannot cross the city. But this make that the city is more appreciated for visitor, because you can walk, see the different palaces constructed for the nobility families from the 14th to the 15th, 16th century. Segovia also is considered the city of Spain with more Romanesque churches, and also a part of the Roman aqueduct that is amazing and is the first thing we are going to see once we arrive.
I can using my phone. It is, I don't know what time it is, but it's Tuesday. We are leaving the town of Segovia, which is a medieval town in Spain. It's about an hour and 15 minutes from Madrid. So we took a bus that was arranged by Teach with Love. And I don't know if you can see in the background, we just visited that castle back there. Bought a couple things at the gift shop. Of course, got a little bit of a history lesson along the way. So we're just walking back to the bus right now. I couldn't vlog a whole lot because it was raining in the beginning, so it was hard to hold my umbrella and the camera. Plus my regular camera died. I'm vlogging on my phone right now. And the streets are very narrow and slippery, but I wanted to make sure to show you guys a little bit of the town. So I'm probably just gonna flip the camera around and just show you what I see as we walk out and head back, quote unquote, home. Head back to Madrid.
Oh yeah, okay. Right there, it's facing the castle. It's for sale. She said about 150,000 because you can see the castle. That's why it's that price. So if we all chip in 15,000 each, we can all have a month. That's a timeshare for the rest of our life.
$150,000 for one of these with the view of the castle. The real estate is good.
So if that's doable for you, right?
Is it still raining?
That is a mortgage though. If everybody chips in, that'd be a mortgage. It's 10-year mortgage. It's a 10-year mortgage.
Like you're doing your laundry and there's and then there's the castle over there.
Like this.
Yeah, like I was, but I'm like, no, that won't be good for my stuff.
Aesthetics, no.
Yeah.
Realism,
Yeah.
yes.
Hello. Look, I matched the room. I kind of like that. It's midnight, I think. 12:30. It's Tuesday. We will see if the footage from today even makes it into the vlog, because I don't feel like I got a whole lot of it. And I think I said somewhere in some clip that today was a great day. We went to Segovia, which is a great historical medieval town. But it's colder there because it's near the mountains, and it was raining, not really hard, but it was raining enough to need an umbrella. And so it was very hard to hold the umbrella, pay attention, hold your camera and everything else. And honestly, there's also times where I just want to be able to be in the moment because our tour guide is telling us information, and I want to pay attention out of respect, number one, and also just so that I can learn something. So I think I got some footage. I'm just not sure of the quality of the footage and how good it is, so I may or may not include it. So we got home, I want to say at 7:30. Something's in my hair. We got home at 7:30, and then we had reservations at a restaurant that I went to with Taina and Kayla and Monica, which are two of the women on this trip, but they got here a day earlier than everybody else. So we had gone to dinner at this place on, I think that was Thursday, and had paella, which was something I wanted to try because that's a traditional Spanish dish. And then we had this drink. We took shots afterwards. Now, it sounds like I'm doing big things when I say that. But we finished our meal. We paid, I think. And then the waiter that was kind of helping us finish up brought out this bottle of alcohol and little shot glasses with little cookies on it. And I didn't know what it is because I'm not a big drinker. But I have since learned that it's vermouth with like cinnamon sticks and apricots or something in it. So I was just going to take a shot for the experience of being there with them, and I was kind of bracing myself because I don't drink a lot, and I'm not really a shot taker, but I was just doing it for the experience. And when I took it, I'm telling you, it was like the smoothest alcohol I've ever tasted. Like, it just goes down very smoothly. So we had a few of those, and we told the other women about it, and they wanted to taste the paella as well as have one of those shots. And so we went there tonight and had dinner, and then we came back, and I just finished up. We had like a little gathering of some of the ladies here in my room, and we just had fun playing Uno and hanging out because we weren't quite ready to go to bed yet because I guess it's just kind of, it was an early night. So that is what's going on. And I also wanted to show you these souvenirs that I got. I'm gonna put you, I'm gonna put you in the closet. That seemed to work. You're in the closet on top of the safe. So when I went on a tour, when I first got here, there we go. I went on a tour with Taina, and you guys really can't see me. This is not good. I went on a tour with Taina and Lydia, who's the tour guide that we've spent the most time with, and then one of her friends did a tour, and we stopped by this shop and saw these really pretty earrings. And I was like, oh, we need to go back there because I want to get those earrings. Because I want to get something that I could wear and like is long standing, that is from, you know, Spain. And so I'm not going to open this bag. I saw them, and Amalia, the other lady who gave the tour, was like, oh, those are really easy to make. So I was like, well, maybe for you, but not for me. But we found the same kind of earrings at this little stand in Segovia. They're in plastic. I don't really want to take them out, but I feel like I need to so you can see what they're like. So I'll take one pair out. Okay. They look like this. So I just thought these are really cute, very different. I've never seen any earrings like this before. So I got, you know me, I couldn't decide what color I wanted, so I just got one in each color. I think they were $12 each, so it wasn't like they were super expensive. So I got some in black, which is this color here, brown, navy blue, and like a blush or a pink color. And when I got the earrings, I am very proud of myself. I did it all in Spanish. And the lady that was working at the stand was like, oh, your Spanish is really good. I was just so proud of myself because it wasn't like that was a solicited comment. It wasn't like I prompted or started the conversation by saying, oh, I'm learning Spanish or I want to practice Spanish. I just spoke it to do what I needed to do. And so the fact that she said that means that it must have been good enough for her to be like, huh, she speaks better than what I thought she would. So I bought that for myself. And then I also bought just a couple postcards that I'm going to use. a little bit later. I'm not gonna take those out. And then I bought a magnet. I'm gonna put this in my classroom. I think I do wanna just collect magnets for the board, or I think I actually have the magnets on my computer tower in my classroom to represent the places that I've been. And I'm missing something. Oh, and of course, just keeping up with my little tradition that I started, I bought another ornament, but this one specifically says Segovia on it. So the other one I bought says Madrid. I think it says Madrid. I hope it says Madrid. And then this one says Segovia, and then it has like a little image of like the different places in Segovia. So that is it. Tomorrow, we're supposed to, tomorrow's kind of a relaxed day in comparison to the other ones. So we're gonna be able to sleep in a little bit. I don't have to be downstairs for breakfast until 9:30. And then we're gonna go to this espadrille shop that's very famous and popular, where they actually just make your espadrilles on the spot. And yeah, I think tomorrow's basically a shopping day. So it's pretty chill, it's pretty relaxed, which I think is perfect timing. And that's really it. So I'm gonna take a shower. I think last night I said I was gonna read. That didn't happen because I was really tired and didn't realize I needed to actually go to bed because I needed to get up. So I have not read, but I wanted, my intention was to be much further along in this book than what I am. Like, I started this a few weeks ago and just haven't gotten past that point because I was preparing to come here, preparing sub plans, and then I've actually been quite busy here. I thought I was gonna read on the plane and I didn't. So we're gonna see if I have the energy to do that, but also I need to kind of upload some pictures on Instagram because I'm trying to be as diligent as possible in posting things in real time. So that's what's up. Going to bed, maybe gonna read, but I will certainly make a strong effort to vlog tomorrow. So I will see you then.
¿Es el nombre? She's like, why aren't you petting me more? Bonita.
It's Wednesday. It is probably a little after 12:15. We are outside of, how do I pronounce this? Cordeleria? La Cordeleria in Casa Hernan's. It is a shop that makes espadrilles, but like custom makes them. Like you say, I want this color, I want this pattern, and they make them for you. And this is one of those shops that has been around for a very long time, since 1860. So it's a very small shop because it's historic, as you can see. So only so many people can go in at a time. So there's a couple teachers in there now. I'm waiting outside. I don't really know what I want just yet, but I will show you some options. They even have little baby espadrilles that I'm thinking about getting for Emery. So I'm feeling like I want some flats, maybe some sandals, but I don't really know. So I'm definitely going to show you what I get in a little bit when I actually have them. But here are some options. Let me flip the camera around. So we have like just a wall of options. Here's some for little kids here. We have all those there. And then here's a little plaque that tells you how long the shop has been around. Look. It says, where was it that I saw that? 1860, right there. But then they also have like house shoes, it looks like. So I don't know. We're outside, we're gonna decide what we want. But here's some more options. So far I like this style, like this, thinking about something like that. These are cute, but we shall see. But that's the inside, you can see. So, and then this is just what's on the outside, if you guys want to see a little bit more of just the city. There's a Five Guys in case of emergency. And then our hotel is actually just like right around this little corner and then that way. Or we can access our hotel there. So we are just waiting our turn in line
And then today we're gonna do a little bit more shopping, just kind of walking around. Like I said last night, it's a very easy day. And that's it. So I will show you what shoes I end up getting. The goal is just to get one pair, just one pair.
Okay, all right, I have that.
Okay. I'm excited. Oh yeah, Laura, that might be a...
Can't you smell it? Yeah. When she tried it on, it would, she had a little bit of space at the back, so I might be able to do it.
Yeah, that's why I said a 9.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing 9?
No, I told her that's why I said you would try a 9.
Let me see what you got.
I think I want those. No, I'm getting those next year.
Vamos a mirar, me encanta. Mira qué lindo.
Those are cute.
Oh, they are.
Queríamos preguntar,
Ahora hay mucha gente.
las alpargatas sencillas en blanco y negro, las verdes con la bandera de España.
Oh, sorry. Good evening. It is, I should probably turn the TV off. No, I'm not. Good evening. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, December the 21st, I believe. It is 10 in the evening. And I'm back in my hotel room. Excuse me. I think I vlogged a little bit earlier today, just before I went into the espadrille store, maybe after, I can't remember. And so it is hours later. We did, you know, a day of shopping today. Today was definitely a lighter day in terms of like the schedule. And so I'm just here to wrap up the day and show you what I got. One thing I have to say, I don't think I said this in another clip, and if I did, and I'm repeating myself, A, my apologies, and B, it just goes to show you how much I absolutely positively adore dogs. I think I'm just really realizing that, like, anyway, I won't say what I was about to say. I'm going to tell you that later. But one of the things that stands out to me about Madrid is the fact that they have just very well behaved dogs. They don't seem to have leash laws. Like, you can have your dog off a leash, I believe, if I remember correctly, and you can just take them in public places. Like, there was a dog in the mall today just walking around, and they all come dressed. Like, they're all wearing some piece of clothing, really out of necessity, because it is a little bit cooler out here. So they all have a sweater, they all have a coat, they all have a ponytail. They are just living their best lives, and I've seen so many dogs here since I've been here. I wish I had just done like a series of the dogs of Madrid. I got a few of them today on my Insta stories, but that's number one. And I think number two, I don't know if I said, what has struck me the most is that Madrid is more diverse than what I was expecting. Again, it feels like I've been here not a long time, but at the same time, it feels like a long time ago when I got here. So what I have said and mentioned is kind of a blur, but I definitely thought that when I was going to come to Madrid, I was going to see mostly white presenting people, like white people. And I thought that because I know that I've just heard, you know, there's colorism within all cultures, and there's colorism within the Spanish culture, and Spanish culture versus Latin American culture. I know that there's some tensions there. And then when I was at the airport, the people that were flying to Madrid and were clearly Spaniards because they were speaking Spanish and they didn't speak English, I would have just looked like a standard white person in the States. But Madrid itself is pretty diverse. One of the first things I learned when I got here from Taina and her research and her time here is that the city of Madrid is really a city of immigrants. So there's a pretty high population of Asians that I've seen here. Now, I don't know if they're all living here or tourists. There are gypsies here. There are Filipinos here. Basically, it's just not as white as I thought it was going to be, which is nice. I'm not saying that that's what I want it to be. I just was surprised by it. And then there's also people of color. There's black people here from different parts of Africa, and depending on where you are, there's higher amounts of people of color. So that is something I definitely wanted to make sure I said before I forgot. Now that I've said that, let me show you what I purchased today. I knew I was, well, let me show you the little things first. So little things first. Every time I go somewhere, or one of my brothers or sisters go somewhere, we always have to bring my mom back a magnet. So I had to get that done. So I bought her one of these. It just says Madrid, and it looks like, you know, Spanish tile, but I also learned that the tile actually came from the Moors, and we just call it Spanish tile. And then I bought one for me in my classroom that looks like this. I was going to get a paella magnet because that's, you know, Spanish, but I liked this one because it had a little fake newspaper on there that said Madrid, and then it has the churros here with the chocolate that we tasted at the chocolateria a couple of days ago. That was quite tasty. And then it also says Madrid down there. So I'm just gonna put this in my classroom, either on my board or on my computer tower. I'm not sure which. So those things were purchased. Then I bought several postcards. They don't know it yet, and by the time this goes up, they will have gotten it, but I bought a bunch of different postcards, and my plan is to write a note on the back of these postcards to everyone that's here, highlighting just a favorite memory I have of them on this trip, or something that was nice to discover about them, and then make sure they get these before they leave. I'm gonna try and see if I can have the front desk drop them off in their room while we're out tomorrow evening. So I bought that. The next thing is where you saw me outside today. This I knew I was gonna go to after my first day here, when I took a tour, and we stopped at this place. We stopped at the Espadrille shop. It is called Casa Hernan's Alpagateria. And it is a shop that has been around for a very, very long time, and they make espadrilles. Like, you can get them custom made there. Pretty much what I bought today was already ready made, so I didn't have to wait. So I'm gonna show you what I got. So the first thing I got is kind of surprising, because these are actually house shoes, and I do have house shoes, but I typically don't like house shoes that are closed in. I usually like slippers, really, where you just slide your foot in there. I had seen a couple pairs that I wanted, but they didn't have my size. I have a pretty big foot, and like the size of my foot is really the limit of their sizing, and they didn't have the original ones that I wanted. So I asked him, do you have just any house shoes in my size? And he brought these out, and I'm telling you, putting these on your foot, I just can't even describe it. They're soft, they're warm. So these are just going to be worn in the house. So I got some house shoes for myself. And then next up, I feel very indulgent, like, because I didn't really buy anything for anybody else except for my mom, because she always just wants a magnet. So hopefully you guys don't think I'm a bad person. Everything is really for me. Then I got a pair of sandals that were made there. I mean, aren't these cute? And what's great about this shoe is that at first he said he did not have my size, and I was very sad, but he had an alternative, and it just had a different print. It was like a snakeskin print, which wasn't bad, but it just wasn't the initial thing that I wanted. And so I tried on the snakeskin one, and I was going to get it, but then he went back there and found these. And so I asked our tour guide, Almudena, what she thought, and she's like, I mean, they're nice. They're giving African auntie vibes, because you know, she has African aunties, and she's like, I mean, they're cute, but I had to laugh because I thought that was the funniest thing I heard. And then I bought like a pair of neutral sandals as well. It's the same sandal, it's just a neutral color, and these are very comfortable, and like, these are quintessentially Spanish. It has the name of the shop in there because they make them. So I think I've said before, I really try to make sure that I am buying, like when I'm buying souvenirs in different countries, I want it to be something that is like, I don't know if sustainable is the word, but I don't want it to be junk. I don't want it to be something that I'm like, oh, that was cute, but I don't want it anymore. So I got that. And then the last little thing is I got Emery some little espadrilles. Some little pink ones. She can't wear them yet because I don't think that she's gonna fit these, but just look at this little shoe. And maybe she can fit them. Just, oh. So I got some for her. So I take that back. I did get something for someone else. I got something for Emery. Oh, and I got something for Taylor. So I'm not as selfish as I thought I was. So the last thing is kind of a surprise to me. I don't know if I'm going to open it because I don't want to package it too much. Is a surprise because I've never really been into this. But one of the girls on the trip, Brianna, has a Pandora bracelet. And so when we were walking around the shops earlier today, she found a little charm for Spain. Like she found a little Spanish flag. And I thought, oh, I was jealous of her that she had found such a great souvenir, something that she could wear that kind of commemorates this trip. So then of course my wheels start turning and I'm like, but I haven't really liked those bracelets before, because I like the jewelry to be a little bit more dainty than what those can be. And so we saw a Pandora shop later in the day because one of the other women in the group was thinking about getting a charm. And so I went in there and looked around and saw that they had very pretty rose gold bracelets that were thinner. And they were having a special, but the special didn't apply to the rose gold, of course. So then I was like, well, maybe I can get a rose gold one. And then the lady that was helping me, she had on a bracelet and hers looked cute, but it didn't look like chunky or overly like charmed up or something. I'm not really sure how to describe it. Hers looked like cute, a little sparkly, but cute. So I left the store, asked her a couple questions, left the store and said, you know, I'll think about it. Let me get back to you. And then she's like, okay. And then I went outside, talked to Laura and Monica, who are two girls, two friends now on the trip. And they were like, you deserve it. You should get it. You know you want it. You're going to be thinking about it. And so of course I went back, because they convinced me to do it. And I bought her, so I ended up buying a rose gold bracelet. I didn't get the Spanish fan charm. I got the one that actually said Madrid on it. And I got a little dog paw to represent Genesis and really to just represent my love of dogs. Because I feel like on this trip, I mean, I knew I liked dogs, but like every dog I saw just brought me so much joy. And by the end of the night, I was telling, you know, the people that like dogs, but maybe not as much as I do, I was like, it literally feels like medicine to me to see a dog. Like it just makes me feel better no matter what. And you know, Genesis. So I want things to be on that bracelet that are very significant to me. And this trip is very significant. Any type of international travel I do is going to be significant in my mind. And dogs are a very significant part of my life. Genesis was a very significant part of my life. And so I wanted to commemorate that. So I have become a Pandora girl. Maybe. I don't even like saying that. I don't know why I have such a connotation with that. So we're gonna move past it, you know. So that is what I bought. I am done. There's nothing else that I want to get. And oh, and then we walked around. We went to Primark for the first time. I'd never been in a Primark. This Primark was massive. It was 5 stories tall. And then we bought some little bracelets on like a little street vendor shop. And bought some cute little bracelets that have the Spain flag colors in it that we're all gonna wear. And we bought ourselves a postcard. I had an idea when I was there just getting other postcards. I thought I should write a postcard to myself in relationship to this trip, just to kind of commemorate it, kind of record my thoughts on it. And so I was telling them, you guys should do the same. Like this is a specific moment in your life that hopefully is memorable to you. So you should capture those memories on a postcard and save it so that when we're all old and gray, we can look back at it and remember this time we had together in Spain. So I think they each ended up getting a postcard. So that's it. I think we're supposed to meet up to get our bracelets. I'm not sure. They may want to just go to bed. But tomorrow is actually, surprisingly enough, our last full day. 49 messages. Hold on. I gotta go. They're waiting for me upstairs to exchange our bracelets. So that's it. Tomorrow's our last full day. I'm gonna say goodnight for now, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Hello. It is, I believe, Thursday. I'm not 100% sure because it's actually past midnight. So it's a new day, but in my mind it's still the same day because I haven't gone to bed yet. All I can say about today was our last full day together. Everybody's flying out. One pair of people have already flown out. They had a flight that left very early in the morning. You know, it's past midnight, so they're already gone. And then the rest of us just progressively fly out at different times today. My flight is leaving, I want to say sometime around noon, but I will be leaving for the airport at 9 o'clock. I don't even want to tell you what time it is right now because you'll be concerned for my sanity because I won't be getting a lot of sleep between now and the airport, which is why you're seeing me in my bonnet. I've just showered, washed my face, moisturized, so if I look extra shiny, that's why, and packed everything as much as I could. Like, my toiletries are out. And all I can say about today, I did get a little bit of footage, not a ton, because today was just a busy, eventful day. That's what I'll say. And a good chunk of it was spent in Almudena's neighborhood and in her home. And I didn't really want to get footage of being in her actual home because that's her home. And she lives there with her new husband and her family. And I really wanted to just enjoy the time we had with her parents because we were only going to be there a short while. We got to meet her dad and we talked to her dad because he has a very interesting story. He is an immigrant from, I believe it was Cameroon, and her mom is from the Ivory Coast, and he just has an interesting story as to how he got from there to here, so that Almudena is actually a Spaniard but has African roots. So we had lunch there, talked with them, and then we came back to the hotel, had some time on our own, and then we ended our time together with the flamenco show. And I do believe there's some footage that exists of that. But again, I was in an environment, it was really dark. So I don't know how much footage was captured because all of us wanted to kind of experience the moment, but it was impressive. Like, you know, it's like every time I watch a flamenco dance or a good one, they're telling a story of some sort. And it's always a story of drama and passion. So that was good. And then we came back and we wrapped up and just kind of shared, you know, just the highlights of the trip, something we learned, something that was surprising to us, something that we feel like we can take back to the classroom. It was a really nice little kind of kumbaya moment that we had, and that is always great. And then we kind of had to say our goodbyes because everybody's flight is leaving at different times. So yeah, I think that's all. Oh, I also got something else for Emery. I'll show you later. But I think that's all that I want to say for right now. I don't know how this day's footage is going to pan out because, like I said, it was a very busy and eventful day. And I'm going to be catching a plane in a few hours. So more than likely, the next time you see me, I will be back at home in the United States. And then I'll kind of really wrap up the vlog and kind of share my final thoughts on everything. But of course, all in all, I have to rate this trip a 10 out of 10. Not just because I was the hostess, but it just was a great experience. And I'll kind of go in more detail on that when I get home. So yeah, I think I need to go to bed. because it's late, but really early, and I have a flight to catch. So I will see you in the US. Hello, I think it's December the 30th. It's Friday, and I am back home. I'm back in the United States, back in America, back in my little condo, and I think the last time I vlogged was like the night before I needed to fly out from Spain, and it was very early in the morning and I was very tired, if I remember correctly. And my intention really was to kind of close out this vlog sooner than today, but by the time I got home, the lighting is terrible. By the time I got home, I was really tired just from traveling. The flight from where I'm at on the West Coast to Madrid is a 12-hour flight, and then you like lose a day and gain a day. Like when I left here and arrived in Spain, I lost a day, and then when I left Spain and arrived here, it's kind of like I gained a day because there's a 9-hour time difference. And when I got home, my sister was here. It was the night before Christmas Eve, then the next day was Christmas Eve, then the next day was Christmas Day, then the day after that, I just really was exhausted, and I wanted to kind of get my life back in order to some degree. So you haven't really missed anything. I've just been home. I unpacked, did laundry, got things put away. I had to get some groceries, just trying to get back on a normal routine to combat jet lag, which I thought I wasn't suffering from too much, but in the last couple of days, I had just had to acknowledge that you are suffering from jet lag because you are tired at random times of the day. Who is this man outside of? Okay, so yeah, so I'm just here really to wrap up the vlog. All in all, I think from what I shared and what I remember vlogging, hopefully it is abundantly clear that I had the best time. I really enjoyed that trip. I'm so glad to be working with and hosting trips with Teach with Love, because I did an Instagram post to kind of wrap things up and really said, I don't feel like I just visited Madrid. I really feel like I lived Madrid, and in the sense that we really did learn a lot about like the culture of Madrid, the history of Madrid, the diversity that is involved in that area. And I just really had a good time. Like we were just on the go the whole time. And the group of women that I traveled with was amazing. Hopefully they're all watching. And I really didn't know any of them aside from one person I had met, Vanita, who is on Instagram with Love Teach Repeat, I think it is. We had met once before because she's also in the LA area. But the other women, aside from Taina, who is, you know, the CEO of Teach with Love, I hadn't met, but they were aware who I was because they either followed me on Instagram or YouTube, but we hadn't met in person. But it was all very natural. It was just this great group of women, and I think we were all just genuinely happy to be in Spain together, supporting each other and learning and absorbing as much as we could. So it was perfect. The hotel was beautiful. Like I have no complaints about the trip, and I definitely am looking forward to traveling again with Teach with Love, hopefully hosting another trip. Those are all things that I need to kind of sit down and figure out in terms of like my calendar and my schedule and things like that. So I am just wrapping it up. If you are thinking about taking a trip internationally, just in general, or taking a trip internationally through Teach with Love, I obviously highly would recommend it. You won't regret it. And it will only cause you to want to travel more. Like when I was there the last few days, I was already thinking like, where could I or should I go next? So yeah, amazing experience. Hopefully I gave you a good glimpse of everything that we did. I think there may have been a couple of days where I didn't get a whole lot of footage, especially that last day, because it was just our very last full day there. A good chunk of the day was spent with Almudena's family. I didn't really want to vlog in her house because that's their personal space. But it was great to just see another side of Spain in the town or neighborhood of Vallecas. So yeah, if there's anything that I didn't answer or any questions you do have or any more information you would like to have, please make sure to add that in the comments and I will respond. But aside from that, I'm happy to be home. I'm happy to be safe. I'm happy to have had the experience. I'm happy to have made new friends. And now it's time to get back to some kind of routine. So I just came back from Orange Theory. I made my Target run. It is Friday, so you know I went to Starbucks. This is my first taste. It's an 8. I'm gonna go ahead and give that an 8. That's with sugar-free syrup. And I'm gonna sit on my couch, enjoy my little tree back there for as long as I can, and just kind of think about what I want for myself in the year 2023. I don't think that you will hear from me again until 2023. I'm feeling really good going into the new year. I just feel like 2023 is a year where I'm really going to embrace the beauty that is my life as it stands. I'm just glad that as I've gotten older, I've really kind of relinquished the feeling that my life isn't as valid as it would be had I been married, had I had kids, but just really appreciating what I do have in life and the freedoms I do have in life and the life that I have built for myself. So that's my mindset going into 2023. 2023 is the year where my credit cards, well, I'll be done. Like, I really wanted to get it done by 2023, but the freaking air conditioner this summer really set your girl back, but I'm still very close. But 2023 is the year of no credit card debt. So yeah, but have a happy new year. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, or just a break if you don't celebrate any of those. I hope nothing but the best for you as you wrap up 2022 and that you are feeling optimistic and positive about the year ahead. And I think that's it, you guys. So thank you so much for traveling with me. And as always, I hope that you are well. And if you are not well, please be well. And I will see you guys in the next vlog in 2023. Until then, take care, stay safe, peace.